Hey guys, so today we're going back to the Hansen vs Predator series. I want to react to the Predator that Chris Hansen recognised.
The predators I catch come in all shapes, all sizes.
Sorry, he said all shapes just makes me think of the fact that a lot of these predators are overweight. And I don't know if there's a correlation. From a lot of the chat, majority of these men, they're very low self-esteem, and I'm just wondering if it correlates to them being overweight. Just something to think about. It's not to say everyone that's overweight is a predator, obviously. I'm also overweight.
Like this creep pushing 60.
Just to be clear, they're all fucking creepy. Just because this guy's 60 doesn't make him any more or less creepy. Any of the other fuckers that turn up.
But Charles Lawrence isn't looking to hook up with a 13-year-old girl. He's looking for a boy. Lawrence doesn't know it, but he's the latest guy I've caught in our all-new investigative series.
Oh fuck, I forgot that they use the oldest looking the oldest looking male decoy I've ever seen in my life. The guy looks like he's 25 and he has a mortgage.
We're working with the cooperation of Fairfield, Connecticut Police and Tetrad Corps, an online predator watchdog group.
I'm surprised she can lay back and be so relaxed, because even just reading any of the messages, I feel like my skin crawling. I can't imagine laying back and having to chat to these absolute fucking creeps.
In our sting house, we've hidden more than a dozen cameras. We've even placed a microphone underneath a leaf.
They were proud of that one.
Lawrence is well educated and apparently very well off. He lives in Fairfield, a jewel of Connecticut's Gold Coast. He's an accountant.
Okay, I don't know if they're saying that he's well off and that he lives in a nice neighborhood or whatever, to highlight the fact that anyone can be a predator. It's been proven so many times that it doesn't matter if you have a lot of money or a little bit of money, you can be a predator. It doesn't matter your color, it doesn't matter your skin color or ethnicity, whether you're older or younger, doesn't matter. You can be a predator. And unfortunately, there are so fucking many. It used to be that people considered, it was rare that someone was a child predator. It's kind of been proven now that there are so many fucking predators out there. I don't even want to use the word need, but the people that produce child pornography or child porn AI as well now. There was a guy who literally just got arrested who wanted these child pornography AI images. That's just the people he knew. Really think about that. How many of them are there that are willing to harm children for their own sexual gratification? It's sick. I know we haven't even really got into this video yet, but it astounds me that we used to live in a world where we used to think, it was like 1 in a million or one in thousands and thousands and thousands that would be a child predator. And it could literally be your next door neighbor now, because it is so easy for these people to get a hold of. And police departments and courts as well are not putting these people in prison. They are not actually having to serve any fucking time. Or if they are, it's very, very, very little for this sort of shit. The people who purchase those child pornography AI images have not seen a courtroom. Only the person who created them did. Really think about that. Anyway, back to the video.
He works as a commercial real estate broker. And get this, he lives only 2,000 feet away from our sting house.
Holy fuck! 2,000 feet. That's so close.
On social media, Lawrence calls himself an 8x6 guy.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
The decoy clearly tells Lawrence his age.
How old are you?
Swear you won't report me?
Of course not.
13.
I'm sorry, that decoy's meant to be 13. It's bad enough when they tried to pass him as 16, but 13. I can't be serious.
I had sex with my ex-girlfriend, nothing with a guy.
Gotcha. But you like guys better now?
Never tried it, but being with my girlfriend was really awkward.
Maybe you need a good teacher.
Yeah, you know one?
You're talking to him. LOL. School is in session. You watch porn?
Yeah.
What do you like to watch?
Yeah, what do you like?
Mostly gay porn and some bi porn.
But the exchange gets so graphic, we can't reveal the remaining text.
Okay, I know we've spoken about this before, and I know, like, it probably doesn't even warrant saying anymore, but I have to remind myself, this is a 60-year-old man speaking to a 13-year-old boy, what he thinks at least is a 13-year-old boy, right? About porn. What is wrong with these people? You have to be seriously mentally deficient to think that this is okay. And this is what scares me. These people, they'll outwardly say on like social media and stuff like, oh yeah, I date like an 18-year-old or a 16-year-old, whatever's the legal fucking limit, right? If the legal age of consent was lower, you fucking know they would be saying that they would date lower. You know it. We all know it. Because these people are predators. They don't see a child.
Finally, Lawrence arrives, and the sting is on.
How you doing? Good. Come in.
Get some WD-40 for that fucking door, I swear to God.
I know, it's getting dark out. It's supposed to rain, it's hurricane. You want something to eat? I know. You can take a seat, well.
He pulled a Chris Hansen. Take a seat.
You want a drink? You want some water?
Yeah, great.
It genuinely, the way, I'm sorry, no 13-year-old brings someone into the house and then take a seat, have a drink. That's a very, like, more mature thing, right? Is this not red flagging to the guy being like, not only does he not look like 13, he's really acting like he owns the house?
Want water? Yeah. How's your day been so far?
Good.
Yeah? There you go.
Some water done.
So did you bring anything?
Oh, I left in the car.
What's in the car?
You have it in the car?
But before he can retrieve something from his car, Lawrence is about to get a big surprise.
No, Chris.
And if he
Well, he sure as shit recognised Chris Hansen.
thinks he's in for a shock, so am I.
What are you doing here?
He believes he's come to this house to meet a 13-year-old boy after exchanging salacious text messages like these.
Just got out of the shower.
How was your shower? About to do the same.
Hot and wet, LOL.
And hopefully soapy, LOL.
God, it just makes me feel sick. Can I just say as well, sexting at the best of times is not fucking sexy. Let alone this sort of shit between a predator and a child.
I've caught more than 300 predators in the last decade, and some of them even know me from TV. This is the first time I've caught anyone who I know.
To be honest, it was only a matter of time.
Now, I'm watching from the monitor in the other room as he walks in, and something strikes me. He looks familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And it dawns on me that this is a fellow I had met on the commuter train years ago. Knew his name, he was in real estate, and here he is in our kitchen trying to hook up with a 13-year-old boy.
That's what I'm saying. You think you know people, but you genuinely don't. You don't know their preferences. You don't know what they will and won't do. That's why when people say like, oh, I know this person, he wouldn't assault someone or he wouldn't, harm a child. How do you know? Majority of people, unless you live with them day in, day out, and even then, it's been proven that you don't really always know the person that you live with. You don't know what people get up to, and it is frightening.
When Lawrence sees me, he bolts, gripped in sheer panic.
What are you doing here?
If he knows Chris, surely he knows there are cops outside.
You have to explain this to her.
Come here, man.
Runs out the door. Fairfield cops nab him in the driveway.
That was the quickest nab I've ever seen.
They slap the cuffs on him and take him into the garage. He's put into the back seat of an unmarked car and taken to police headquarters.
Honey, we've already seen your face. If you know To Catch a Predator, you know they've seen your face fucking everywhere. Your face at the police station is nothing compared to your face when you're talking to a 13-year-old about sex.
At the station, he tries to hide his face with a hoodie. Lawrence empties his pockets and cops frisk him. They take his mugshot. He's fingerprinted, and he gives his consent to allow cops to search his SUV.
Why would he give consent? I fucking hate predators. You know I do. So, like, this isn't I'm trying to protect the predators. Any lawyer will tell you do not give consent to search anything. Get a fucking lawyer first.
Cops find cigarettes, condoms, and a gay porn video called Seattle Bareback Boys.
Is that porn that you want to talk about again?
Lawrence is taken into the interrogation room. He signs away his right to remain silent.
Chris Hansen is actually, I know him, he's a friend of mine.
Exactly. And it just proves that, like, anyone could be a fucking predator. Anyone. Like, just because you're a friend of Chris Hansen does not mean that you get a pass.
I commuted on the train for years. And that's more of an embarrassment than anything.
Sorry, that's more of an embarrassment than anything. That's more of an embarrassment than a 60-year-old man turning up to have sex with a 13-year-old. That's more embarrassing. Huh?
I've seen Chris's show before, so
I understand you've seen Chris's show before, and unfortunately, this is the way this is played out. Do you understand that you were going there to see and talk to a 13-year-old?
No.
No. Okay.
The text messages say otherwise. Oh, fuck. I just remembered what he says.
There would be no reason for you to ask this then.
Right.
Are you a cop or involved in law enforcement?
If you weren't doing something wrong, you wouldn't have asked that question. You knew. You fucking knew.
Well, that's kind of why. That's kind of
my intention at all. I would never do that.
Can I just say his body language of having his arms crossed is incredibly defensive. If I remember rightly, I haven't watched body language YouTube for a while, but my understanding is that it's like a predator thing where you feel like you're being attacked. It's an unconscious thing to cover your internal organs. It's an unconscious thing, if I remember rightly.
Are you a cop or involved in law enforcement? If you thought legitimately that the person was 18 and you thought that you read the number 18, at that point, from what you just said in your mind, you're really alleviated of any concerns about dealing with a minor or anything like that.
Not true. Because, again, people could say they're 18 and they're not.
That doesn't make any sense. Because you just said, you asked the person their age, they said they were 18, he read it as 18. So if he legitimately, say he wasn't wearing his glasses, saw it as 18, carried on talking, if you legitimately thought it said 18, why would you then ask if he was a police officer? Because you then have turned around and said, well, people lie about their age. Okay, so if they're lying about their age, they're still not going to be a cop though, are they? You would ask something along the lines of, yeah, but are you actually 18? Have you got any ID to prove that you're 18? You wouldn't be asking, are you a cop? Logically, this makes no fucking sense.
13, I would have shut it right down. I would have blocked him right then and there.
Charles Lawrence is old enough to be this kid's grandfather.
Oh my god, he really could be, couldn't he? Oh, this is so gross.
You won't believe his explanation for trying to hook up with a 13-year-old. He blames it all on his eyesight.
I thought he told me he was 18.
Okay. Okay, so you thought you were meeting an 18-year-old.
My eye got scratched.
Oh, shut the fuck up. That's gonna be the worst excuse I've ever heard. Your eye got scratched. I thought he misread it because maybe he didn't have his glasses on. This is pathetic.
So I can't wear my contacts, so I'm wearing these glasses.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. So you're saying your eye got scratched, so you can't wear your contacts, but you're wearing your glasses, which are the same prescription as your contacts. But you still read the wrong number. Sorry, but what the fuck?
And I was downstairs having a cup of coffee, and my glasses were upstairs.
Oh, he is saying he didn't have his glasses on. And also, again, even if you did read it as 18, then why are you asking if he's a cop? Because he would have been legal.
I thought he said 18. I swear to God. I would never, ever in my entire life meet a 13-year-old. I can say to my own self, it's disgusting, you know. So, consenting adults is a different story.
I can show you if you want to see. It says 13.
I can't even read that.
He has his glasses on at that moment, is still pulling the I can't read that. You just use the excuse of, oh, well, I left my glasses downstairs or upstairs or whatever when I was getting a cup of coffee, and that's why I couldn't read it. And you have those same fucking glasses on your face and are still pulling the you can't read it. You shouldn't be driving a car then, mate.
Okay.
I thought it said 18.
It says 13.
Okay.
And that's fine.
Some people, they say they're 18 and they're not.
That's still not an excuse. If you're so worried about people lying about their age when they're not actually of consenting age, then ask for their ID. But also, even if the person was 18, why are you a fucking 60-year-old crawling for 18-year-olds? It's so creepy.
The charges are criminal attempt to commit risk of injury to a minor, criminal attempt to commit sexual assault in the second degree, and enticing a minor.
The bail is set at $75,000. Lawrence decides not to fight the charges.
If he's someone who is affluent and has a good job, lives in a good area and all this sort of shit, and it was genuine, he would have fought the charges and he would have got himself a good lawyer because he would be able to afford a good lawyer instead of being on the sex offender registry. Like, you know, that was all just bullshit.
Reportedly told the judge, "I am not a pedophile. I use poor judgment, but I have never seen, used, or downloaded child pornography in my life."
Someone check that man's computer, because the fact that he said that immediately means it's almost certainly on his computer.
He got 8 years, suspended after serving 2 years in prison.
These fucking suspended sentences drive me nuts. What is the point of giving them 8 years if you're going to suspend it? What is the point? What is the fucking point?
That's a pretty stiff sentence for a first-time offender.
Well, yeah. Well, some would say it's not stiff enough, Chris.
It definitely isn't stiff enough. 8 years. People who are preying on children should get life sentences. It's trauma, and trauma will affect those people for the rest of their fucking lives.
We got another predator off the streets.
Anyone cringe seeing how that 13-year-old decoy looks like a 27-year-old Marine? He looks like he owns the home. That guy's supposed to be 13. It looks like he's done 2 tours in Iraq and has a mortgage. That's what I said! Lawrence is a true genius. The chat logs, the sex talk, the trip to the house, all an incredible scheme to talk to his old friend, Chris Hansen. Right, let's have a look at Wiki. Even in here, upon meeting the decoy, Charles became a little apprehensive but still seemed engaged with the older looking boy. Lawrence was released June 15th, 2018 and now lives in a semi-retirement complex for over 50s. Oh dear, people probably have their kids that come to visit, their like other people. Oh, there's no updates whatsoever on this guy, unlike the rest of them. It literally just finishes. I'm surprised. It's good, I guess, because hopefully that means that he hasn't been, going out of his way to try and talk to more underage people. So maybe he learned his lesson, but who knows. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give us a like and subscribe if you like it. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know if there's any more TCAP videos. There's so many older ones I feel like we need to do, but let me know if you want to see any more from the Hansen vs Predator or from the TCAP, and then I will make sure to react to those. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!